Hi, I'm Zach Stewart.
Laura Hotchkiss.
And I'm Daniel Kvoras. On this podcast, we improvise in character as hosts of a morning radio show in a fictional country called the Driftwood Isles.
Everything we say is made up, and none of the events, people, or places are real.
It's that simple. Now enjoy this episode of Good Morning Driftwood. Welcome back to Good Morning Driftwood, folks. Who's here? Well, it's me, your pal, Dirk Wiley, with my pal, Penelope MacGuffin.
This gal
over here, number one gal, number one pal. Number two pal, because they're not here at the moment. That's a Bench PerDiem. Is that who that is?
I'm going to claw my way up that friend chart with both of you.
Well,
this bit is getting so old, him not being here.
It is. It
So
really
old.
is. I'm ready for it to be done.
Oh,
I'm ready for him to be back. To not have to address
Honestly,
it.
I am too.
how many weeks has it been? Forever?
It's been forever. It's been a lifetime.
It's been forever. I miss you two so much. I really do.
It's going to be a joyous
what
reunion. A joyous reunion.
I can't wait. I was hoping it's going to be today. I was really hoping because I'm back. I had, of course, my long rendezvous with all the murders and the solving and the oceans and the whatever. And then I went back and I had a wonderful tryst with my lover / enemy / partner, Jacqueline Von Dead. A tryst. It was a lovely tryst. And that also ended. I am now calling you in from just my home. I woke up this morning. I went out, at 4 a.m. as we always do to make it to the studio in time. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but we had the first bit of snow, first bit of little Parm Rhine snow last night. First of the season, very exciting. And my street is so slippery. I swear to you, it took me an hour to walk like 2 blocks.
Well, the oil from that Parmesan will get you slipping and sliding.
It's so slippery. And some people, Penny, you grew up with more of this climate. You just get it more in the north.
They get more Parmesan snow. Driftwood, of course, has a lot of naturally occurring cheeses, one of which is the Parmesan, the grated Parmesan snow.
Sometimes you have to replace your tires with Quattro Formaggi tires. You have to... Because
Ben's very emotional about that because one time it caused him it forced him off the road.
Oh, it's so expensive to change your tires over to like the all season
because he forgot one time. He forgot.
And I did get the little thingies you can put on your boots that are like microplane graters that kind of like get stuck into the cheese so you can walk better. But I always feel weird walking with them. Because like no one else, it's like it's not enough for other people to be using them. So I feel weird using them, and I just don't know how to walk through cheese. And I get so scared, and I walk so slowly. So it took me like an hour. I realized I'm going to be late. So my only option was to go back and call in.
Well, now it feels like it's becoming an issue of laziness on your part, Bench. Because we forced our way through the Parmesan to get here.
It's fear and sexual exhaustion.
We've all been there.
Yeah, that's a Monday morning.
I can't fault you for that one. We've all been. Don't just put that on me.
It's a Monday morning for Dirk. That's also a Tuesday morning for Dirk, a Wednesday morning for Dirk. Sometimes a Thursday. He maybe has other plans Wednesday night.
Wednesdays are different. Wednesdays are fun times. Usually I go and hang out with Terry Wu. Yeah. So I take a break. It's like the bro time.
Yeah.
Regroup.
Have you seen Terry since we came back?
Refresh and rehydrate. Yeah, I saw Terry last night. He's been back. It's a good time. Yeah. With Terry.
That's nice. I'm really hoping when we all left the old Spanish Fountain ship after the harrowing series of murders and adventures we all experienced together, we were all like, we should stay in touch and let's swear we'll all meet up here next summer. But I haven't seen Terry since. So
I can't imagine people are really going to want to relive the horrifying series of murders that you all just struggled through. He didn't want to talk about it. He got a far off look in his eye every time I asked him about the journey, but he did show me some phenomenal new music that he was working on over the course of that.
Isn't it crazy when you think about it that Terry Wu came back from what was a deeply traumatic experience for him, and he was straight back at work making music? Almost gives
He
you
loves what he does.
really makes you think some other people taking the day off.
Yeah.
Strange.
It's clear that Terry Wu really enjoys what he does and enjoys his line of work.
Values
the habit of that. And some people clearly don't. Do you have any thoughts on that, Bench? When I say that, does it make you think of anything?
I just have one thing to say to you two. Look under your seats.
Why? Is there...
Excuse me?
Is there something there?
Look. Just look. Look right now. That's right. I can't see you guys. I'm assuming you're looking right now. Those are shoes filled with caviar.
That's the smell?
You're welcome. That's what that is.
How did
I gave it to Terry. I gave it to Terry to sneak it into the studio.
Because he came. He's like, hey, I want to come into the studio with you this morning. Because he said he wanted to see you, Penny.
That's so nice of Terry.
But he had ulterior motives as well.
Isn't that just the kindest thing Terry Wu's ever done?
What a good guy.
Terry Wu.
Terry Wu really is so thoughtful.
Oh my God. Wonderful.
That's why he's
such a good friend. That's why me and Terry are just tight like that. And that's why, because he really values friendship and he really goes above and beyond, you know?
You haven't seen him for weeks.
Yeah, and that's why whenever I do see him, he makes an effort to really make it special.
Yeah.
You know?
I did it.
Sorry, what was that? What was that, Bench?
I did it.
Well, no, Terry's the one.
That was my thing.
Terry came in. I haven't seen you in a while. Terry came in and put the shoes here, and now we're gonna have delicious shoe caviar for the rest of the day.
But it's for me.
And
it's for me.
And Matthias is also back, and he's telling me that we need to go to a commercial break. So we will see you after that. This one's for Terry Wu. Gonna have a nice spoonful of shoe caviar in honor of Terry Wu.
I did it.
And welcome back to Good Morning Driftwood. That shoe caviar with that nice umami, that shoe mommy really hits the spot.
It's really invigorated me.
Morning caviar is really an underrated thing. People think it's too rich and savory to start your day with. I think it's just right.
It's eggs.
There you go.
It's just eggs.
So when you say you got to wake up and have your eggs,
there you go.
Talking about caviar there.
Yum, 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 yum.
Indeed.
Love me a caviar.
Yum, yum, yum. And something that's a little less sunny this morning is a unfortunate news. Now, we're all familiar with local Driftwood Isles celebrity Jackie Casanova, the 20th century dancer and choreographer who is part of the group responsible for the resurgence of the theater district here in New Derrick City. Well, Jackie Casanova's famous golden pants have been stolen from the Driftwood Isle Hall of Fame.
Who did it?
That's what we're trying to find out. It's an affront.
Who on this island would do such a thing?
Right? It's an affront to all of us, Driftwood Islanders. And in the legacy of Jackie Casanova.
This is me talking seriously to our listeners right now. I swear, if any of you took his treasure, I swear you phone in and you tell us. You phone in and you tell us now.
Oh, Penelope's teeth are just barred.
I cannot even open my mouth anymore. I am so angry.
Listeners better be careful because, Penny, you have a very particular set of skills that you will use to come after them.
Very particular.
You value your dancers and choreographers as the highest form of art.
They are the real heroes making a difference to the Driftwood Isles day in, day out.
They are the true expression of the soul. Some people like singing, some people like painting. Penelope, she likes the expression of the human form. She, of course, previously, we know she's a fan of Cirque du Lumiere and the circusry. Circusry, is that the proper term for it?
That's absolutely the proper term for
Dance and circusry.
Circusry arts.
Yes, indeed.
I just think every year we gather together on Veterans Day to really commemorate and thank all of the dancers who tore their Achilles, who did in their metatarsal, really just destroyed their IT band. Just the pursuit of true art, they have destroyed themselves. And we have to pay tribute to that every single year.
There's the March of the Bunions as well.
Oh God, all those bunions.
When we were putting up the production here in the Driftwood Isles of Spider-Man, you had your flag at half-mast for months on end.
So many lost.
So many
So
Spider-Mans.
many lost to Spider-Man splatting on the walls.
So many.
So many Spider-Mans just wee.
Splat. Indeed. Yeah. And that's why it hits so hard that Jackie Casanova's pants have been stolen. And the Driftwood Isle Police Department, they're looking into the matter, but they have no leads thus far. And they're saying that the staff at the Hall of Fame are refusing to cooperate, actually. And apparently the staff, they're saying they want to, quote, take matters into their own hands.
That's right. They should.
You're a fan of this? You think they should?
I think it's time for them to gather together. Look, we know that the staff there are, let's face it, a sort of underground militia. And when they really put their brains to it, they can quick step their way to a success.
Good choice of words there.
Absolutely. They really pull it together. And within 5, 6, 7, 8, they will have their man.
Ooh. In due time.
I just can't believe someone would do in this day and age.
Is there no respect? Is there no decency anymore? Well, clearly the staff at the Hall of Fame have the same reverence, which is why they've chosen to go on the vigilante route, which is a common route for those in Driftwood.
Yeah.
The vigilante route is
common.
often how people choose to settle their scores. And the chief of security over there at the Hall of Fame, he's a very interesting character. Because
so much so.
he's a curator.
He's got that big mustache.
Yeah, and he has that big mustache. He's got a very imposing frame.
And those tearaway pants.
Yep. And he's looking for every opportunity to tear those things away. No one wears tearaway pants who isn't itching for any excuse to tear those pants away.
Oh, just at the right moment of the song, too.
Give them a reason. Yeah, right, for a key change, any sort of heightening of any kind. Sometimes, one time, when I was at the Hall of Fame, there was they have the soundtrack that they play, Eliza Minnelli, various things like that. And he was just doing
That's my
security.
favorite album of hers. Various things.
Like that. She was really phoning it in the later part of her career in terms of the names for things. But he was just there on the side, sort of, keeping an eye on things. But clearly he had other plans, because as the soundtrack went through, in different moments, he kept ripping the pants away, but like multiple pairs and sets of tearaway pants.
Wow.
So he came locked and loaded with like 5 or 6 pairs of tearaway pants.
Yeah.
That he was ready to go, and just threw them in various directions. Every time he threw them, it was in a different direction, and you had to watch your head.
I cannot believe that someone would do this and really.
Wait.
Huh?
This man clearly is a fanatic for pants.
Someone
Tearaway
who
pants and various types of pants.
Goes through a lot of pants.
Those pants of Jackie Casanova's, they were tearaway pants.
Wait a minute.
Do you think this could be an inside job? And that's why they don't want the police looking into it?
Oh my God. I think we've just solved a crime.
You know something. Here's the thing, though. Even if this, and I think this is likely, there's a big problem here. These are tearaway pants, which means they won't even be traced. This is like murdering someone with an ice thing. They will disappear. This is the perfect crime.
What do you mean murdering someone with an ice thing? Do you mean like an icicle? Like a sharp
icicle, that's the word of it.
Like the riddle.
Yeah, and then it melts, and then so you can't. Yeah.
Sorry, when you said murdering someone with an ice thing, I was like, do you mean like an iced coffee? Like just throwing it at them?
I almost said ice. I almost said ice pick, and then I was like, that's not an ice pick.
No,
the thing that I'm thinking
not
of.
made of ice, isn't it? It's very misleading as a term.
Yeah. Yes. So icicle. It's like
in this particular, I do have to, on the outside they would look it, but I do happen to know, just because I have some inside connections at the Hall of Fame.
And you also own so many pairs of tearaway pants.
I do. I asked a lot of questions. That's why I know this information, because it's not on the plaque or anything. But if you ask enough people, they'll know. On the inside of the pants, there's a blood stain from when he shattered his pelvis during a performance of "These Are My Hands."
Oh my God!
Which of course is one of his most iconic shows that he put on.
I cannot believe we've just solved a crime. We've solved the first crime. This is the first crime solved on Good Morning Driftwood.
Yeah, we should really celebrate
This feels pointed. I've solved many crimes, especially recently.
None of those counted. This is a real crime.
Yeah. Those
They
are
were
like
murders.
sort of frivolous things that you were just rambling on about.
Yeah.
But this is something that we in the studio,
yeah.
the core.
Very complicated and intricate murder plot.
That was like your fun little hobby that you do on the weekend. This was serious
in
detective
the studio,
work.
the beating heart of the show.
I got chills.
Oh my God.
There's money and romance involved, and it was on exotic locations. So it was very...
It sounds a bit sort of 1% and unrelatable. I feel like it's not really, something that a lot of people would understand or connect to or care about. Whereas
one of them was on a train.
Jackie Casanova's pants, the dancer of the people.
This is a game changer.
Game changer. They're going to be talking about it. Maybe we can get into the Hall of Fame because of this.
They should get a little plaque.
But we'll need to do so. We're going to need to get those pants back.
You guys have not figured out though how you're going to prove it, because once these pants, even with the blood stain, once they get teared away, you can't trace it back. They're gone.
We're going to need to catch them.
We all know what happens to tearaway pants.
We're going to
once they're torn away.
We're going to need to catch them red-handed.
We're going to need to pull together a very, very elaborate dance scene. We're going to need.
Are you saying we need to throw another talent show?
We're going to need to throw in another talent show. I'm going to need lighting. I'm going to need set design. I'm going to need production staff. We're going to need walkie-talkies. We're going to need someone with a sandbag on a high ledge above the stage. We're going to need an audience, of course. We're going to need a ticketing solution. We're going to need a series of reviewers, I'd argue, because like if we're doing this, we
want to do it right.
We want to do it right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we'll need to position. We'll need to position him. We'll hire him to do security, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll position him on the stage, and we'll make sure that we'll have.
Wait, we'll hire him to do security. I thought we will get him to participate in it, so he will use the pants.
No, because he doesn't. He's not a performer. He's very upfront about that. He's like, I don't perform. I'm just, I'm security, and I'm a fan. I just have a passion. So he's a security person. He's the head of security there. So we'll hire him as a consultant, but we'll make sure he's near the stage or on the stage, and then we can do a performance that'll have a really, really dramatic key change.
We will have the biggest
of key changes.
Oh, the lighting will go.
There will be no way that he will be able to resist tearing away, and we'll make sure we'll do a bunch of key changes. So however many pants he has on him, he will tear those away, and one of those pants is going to be, I think, if our theory is correct, Jackie Casanova's golden pants.
I
guess we got to start rehearsing.
We got to start rehearsing immediately.
Well, I know who our choreographer is going to be.
Thank goodness I wore
Penelope MacGuffin.
Absolutely. Thank goodness I wore my tap shoes today.
Oh, I've got mine ready to go.
Penny, you're my friend. I love you dearly. You wear your tap shoes every day.
Yeah, of course. You never know when you're going to have to.
Got them today.
You never know when you're going to have to build together an elaborate talent show.
Yeah, you got them today, and thank goodness you
did. More often than you think. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Superman thing. Yep. He's got his costume on underneath all the time because you never know. Yeah. And this is Penelope's Superman moment.
Egg on your face, Bench. Yeah. Egg, caviar, egg on your face.
Hey.
I am with you guys. I'm on board.
Suck on those eggs, Bench, and we will kick it to commercial break. And welcome on back to Good Morning Driftwood. Penelope, what do you have for us this morning?
Just want everyone to just take a moment to enjoy another trip to Poetry Corner, where today we have a beautiful poem. Thank you.
You can't see me. I'm doing finger snaps.
No, yeah. I heard them. And at first I went, oh no, the line's gone bad. But then I realized it was finger snaps. So everyone just take a moment to just truly enjoy some poetry. This submission came to us from the poet laureate of Driftwood Isles, who said that this is by far their favorite. So everyone just tuck in. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't stop coming.
Ain't that true?
Fed to the rules and I hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb.
Ooh.
So much to do. So much to see.
Amen.
So what's wrong with taking the back streets?
Sometimes those are the best ones.
You'll never know if you don't go.
No, you won't.
You'll never shine if you don't glow.
Oh, you got to glow first.
Oh.
That's sort of a minimized shine.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
Oh,
Yep.
crescendo.
Get your game on. Go play. Hey now, you're a rock star.
Ooh.
Get the show on. Get paid. And all that glitters is gold. Only shooting stars break the mold.
Amen. That is gorgeous.
Wait, I think there's more. There's got to be more.
No. That's absolutely, that's a poem for today.
Are you sure?
Yep, that's absolutely the
What
poem.
a
I know
beautiful piece of art.
Yeah, I know it feels like there should be more. Like it's one of those
It
poems that
feels
really,
like there's more.
it pulls you in and it makes you think, I want more from this.
So many of the best.
It almost
pieces
feels
of
like
art.
if you were gonna. It feels like if you were gonna write this poem, then you should really do the whole thing and commit to it. You know, that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, so many pieces of art, you don't want it to end when it feels concluded. You want it to end wanting more.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
because then it spurs you on to explore your own mind in the way, in the same vein that was you were inspired to just go down.
And
So many within the poem you just said. There's so many beautiful internal, cohesive, just singular lines and pairs of lines that really get the mind.
And that's it. I like in Poetry Corner to really take a moment so we can delve into and see what we each pulled from the poem. And Dirk, you had just a very emotional reaction to a lot of the glow, especially.
Oh yes.
You'll never shine if you don't glow. Really?
Because I think it shows, it's sort of a reference as an evolution. You know, no one is born a shining star. No one is born
So true.
shining. You have to glow first. You have to kind of find that spark first, and then foster that spark into an ember that then grows and turns into a fire.
Beautiful.
That then turns into a bonfire, and then you're shining there. You know what I mean?
Love it. And Bench, was there anything that really spoke to your soul?
You know, it's the funniest thing. The moment we started speaking and reading out this poem, I immediately got a very visceral vision. I got an image in my mind. I don't know where it came from, but the moment you started speaking, I could just see. It looked like a swamp that had a little house in the middle, and there was a door being flung open.
Wow.
I don't know what it means.
You're very visual in your
Yeah.
interpretation of art, Bench.
That's-
That's interesting.
I
So out
respond
there.
very visually to poems. Yeah.
So out there, just as a way that your brain has reacted to this. Like
Yeah.
that's such a left field place for your
To
brain
create
to
that
go.
imagery. I also
It's really, I don't know what it means. I don't know where it comes to me, you know?
No.
who
And-
knows why art creates the things in our
No.
minds that it does.
And maybe we'll never know.
That's why we love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed the line of whoever that lady who looked dumb was.
Oh, she was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb
Yeah.
in the shape of an L on her forehead.
Because you would look dumb if you did that.
Yeah, like what? Why
You
are you
know?
just walking
You
around
would.
like that?
Yeah. Because it's like you're making
Yeah.
yourself look like a loser.
Sometimes there is truth in the words that we say.
Yeah.
You know, really.
And I think it's sort of like, if you are a fool, then you make yourself the fool,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Because she was
I mean,
looking
you
kind of
know,
dumb because she had the finger and the thumb on her own forehead. You do that to yourself. No one else can make you the fool. You make yourself the fool.
Absolutely.
you make yourself a fool. Yeah, true. What a concept.
And people do just look dumb sometimes.
Some people do just look dumb
I
sometimes.
think that's a good thing to be aware of.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been just another delightful trip to Poetry Corner here. You can take off, time to take off your beret, time to put your cigarette in the ashtray, really stub that cigarette out and put down the glass of red wine, and you can, just return to your day. Oh, I'm so sorry. I realized my voice was still in Poetry Corner mode there for a minute.
It's really very soothing.
My voice just lowers, it just calms down. But yeah, oh gosh, okay. That's
when you
me back.
get into your poetry state of mind,
Yeah.
a calmness comes over you.
A calmness really does, and it honestly feels as though my brain is operating at the power percentage it should do. Like it just bats away all of the external problems, and it just focuses in. It's sitting in a leather-backed chair, one of those high armchairs. It's wearing a beret. It has a delightful tweed ensemble on. And it's really just enjoying life.
The moment.
Yeah, it's just really...
Well, dare I say, you're glowing.
Thank you so much. I feel great.
Glowing on the way to a
which means
shine.
you are gold.
Yeah.
Hey, truth and poetry.
Truth and poetry.
Truth and poetry. I love that book. Such a good book.
Such a good book.
Such a good book.
Yeah.
Indeed. And we encourage any of our listeners to submit any of their own poems to Penny's Poetry Corner.
Absolutely. It's so good to get inspiration from anywhere.
Indeed. And I just love hearing your own interpretations of them, because I'm not a particularly poetic person in terms of reading into those sorts of things. So it's really your presentation and the questions you ask that inspire my mind to wander down the wondrous and sometimes terrifying realizations of the poems that you bring us.
Thank you so much. This has been, I love Poetry Corner. It's my favorite part of the week.
What's your favorite thing about poetry?
Oh gosh, I think it's just that there are no rules.
So the anarchy of poetry.
Yeah, just, you can get one and it's a fun little limerick. You can get one and it's a beautiful, beautiful, love poem. And then you can get one that's just silly. It's just a silly little thing.
Yeah, one that sparks a huge rage. Because one time when you did Poetry Corner, it did start a riot in New Derrick that there was a horrible fallout from. And it was traced back to your poem.
It's an
honor. So you really hold a lot of power.
It's an honor that everyone felt so inspired to flip those cars over and burn down that bank. It's what everyone who runs a Poetry Corner really aspires to.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate.
And they blamed you for it, but in your legal defense, you rightfully passed the blame to Maya Angelou.
Yeah.
Who is now a wanted criminal here. So if she ever does visit Driftwood, it's kind of unfortunate.
There's no arrest warrant on her. Yeah.
If Maya Angelou ever visits, she is going straight to jail.
It was really unfortunate, especially because we really wanted her for the big festival.
Yeah.
She was
I hope
get
they
for the
won't
big
enforce
festival.
it.
I know. I hope they've just kind of forgotten.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't have reminded them.
I think they might.
Yeah.
Well, there are consequences to art and there are consequences to poetry. Some of them are beautiful and some of them are wrathful. But that's the magic of poetry, really.
It. And as we go into this ad break, I just want to bring up another outcome, another thing that happened, which is we opened up the ability for residents of Driftwood to purchase adverts on our channel. Previously, you had to go through an agency. Now we do it as direct sales. And unfortunately, we have had a lot of disgruntled Driftwood residents just pay to complain. So today's episode is brought to you by John Portcullis. Potholes. There are too many potholes on my street. I don't care about your street, just my street. How many tires do you want me to lose? Potholes. Get rid of them.
Good Morning Driftwood is executive produced and hosted by Zach Stewart, Laura Hotchkiss, and Daniel Kvoras. Engineered and produced by Zach Stewart. Music by Daniel Kvoras.